So, aloha, Spirits Bay, New Zealand, northern tip of the country on the North Island, just east of Cape Regina, at a place called Spirits Bay, about 2 miles out from the bay. And this is the spot where I'm gonna put my pop down to rest at the bottom of the sea, the country he didn't make it to that he really wanted to see. Here we are. He was an anchor to me. We've got that piece of Blue Mountain rock just west of Sydney on an Aboriginal site that's going to take him down about 40 meters.
Okay, we've got here a reading of some poetry and prose that Colt has chosen because they're words that he likes, and he's altered them to suit his father's life. And it starts with a quote that was from a speech made by John F. Kennedy at the dinner at the start of one of the America's Cup races. And it says, all of us have in our veins the exact percentage of salt in our blood that exists in the ocean. And therefore we have salt in our blood, in our sweat, and in our tears. We are tied to the ocean, and when we go back to the sea, whether it is to sail or to watch it, we are going back from whence we came. Let no one celebrate Gary's life with sadness, as he lives and passes to and from the mouths of all who knew him, and from those who will continue to seek the full life. Gary was a man who spent his life undertaking more than he can possibly do, so it makes perfect sense that he will never do all that he can. He was pleased with life, and he should not have been displeased with death, since it comes from the hand of the same energy. His sweat of salt he put into life will return him to the salt of the sea. Putting his ashes into the ocean is choosing the largest memorial on the planet, as the ocean dominates the world, as he dominated his lifelong environment of Peoria and pursued a quality of life all are proud and in awe of. He was destined to leave his legacy in his children and the city. He travelled the world, and his love of ritual speed in custom British motor cars created a force and success of all he pursued. He was never following for long, and passed by most of his favourite metaphysical quotes. Drive your own race, don't follow others, as they may crash. His wish for the city and its people was one and the same: to grow ethically in nature, to sustain and resource wisely, discuss the future over a simple pizza and a beer. Gary's ashes will be in the sea. Next time any of you watch the sunset over the horizon, over the deep oceans of the world, that ritual becomes a little more beautiful and very personal. You, along with the rest of the world that watches our great sun set each evening, will be able to enjoy this beauty even deeper and know that this is the right thing for Gary. He was a trouble-making pirate in his own earth-based life, pushing the limits, setting standards, creating his own rules, and living as free and lawless by supporting laws to serve the people as any man on land could do. The next time you see a sunset over the salt water, it will have a private and a special meaning for you eternally. Death is nothing at all. He's only slipped into the next room. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call him by his old familiar name. Speak to him in the easy way which you always did. Laugh as he always laughed together. Play, smile, think of him, remember him. His name will be the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effort. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is absolutely unbroken continuity. Death is waiting for you for an interval somewhere very near, just around the corner. So be perfect with it. All is well, nothing is past, nothing is lost. One brief moment and all will be as it was before, only better, infinitely happier, and forever. Life's journey is not to arrive at the grave safely in a well-preserved body, but rather to skid in sideways, totally worn out, shouting, "Holy shit, what a ride!" Now his final ride is wet, with gravity, deep respect and love, as naturally wood and fresh, as naturally wild and fresh as the women and songs and laughs he shared. A life honoured in a tradition and passage, not unlike how he rode his Harley to Alaska and swam alive in the Arctic Ocean as the beautiful madman he was, just to turn around and ride into the sun to warm his bones. Now he will swim to the depths of Spirits Bay, New Zealand, the one country he wished to visit when alive. Now Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud, will embrace his eternal spirit. He is ready to come into his full destiny, as his dream is his final reality. The tide recedes, but leaves bright seashells on the sandberg. The sun goes down as the gentle warmth lingers on the land. The musical breathing stops, yet it echoes. For every joy that passes, something beautiful remains.